Alright, here we go. Let's see. Alright, we're up.
Welcome to UAV Pulse, the video podcast that keeps you locked in on what's moving the world of unmanned systems. Each episode brings you UAV headlines, breakthrough tech, field-tested tools, and real conversations with the pilots, builders, and decision-makers shaping the future of drone innovation. Whether you're flying missions, writing code, or just watching the skies, this space is where the UAV community plugs in. I'm your Chief Pulse Navigator, and this is your weekly charge. So let's get into it. Big moves from the Defense Innovation Unit this week. Green UAS certifications will now automatically qualify drones for the coveted blue UAS cleared list. No extra reviews required. The DIU also named its first cohort of recognized assessors, including AUVSI, Dark Wolf, and MTSI, to scale third-party reviews for both drones and components. By September, they'll begin conducting assessments to accelerate compliance. Why does this matter? This shift removes barriers to entry for U.S. drone manufacturers while making it easier for the Pentagon and federal agencies to source trusted tech quickly. Bottom line, if you're building or buying UAS for defense or public sector ops, Blue just got a whole lot more accessible. After a 53-43 Senate vote, Brian Bedford, former Republic Airways CEO, is officially FAA administrator. Bedford enters at a critical time. A $12.5 billion air traffic modernization effort is underway, and all eyes are on whether he'll uphold or revise the 1,500-hour pilot training rule, a flashpoint for safety advocates. Why does this matter? His decisions could shape both crewed and uncrewed aviation safety standards for the next decade, especially as drones integrate into national airspace. We'll be watching how Bedford balances modernization with safety and whether he becomes an ally or obstacle for the drone industry. A new bipartisan bill, H.R. 3598, proposes using non-lethal drones to respond to active shooter and high-risk incidents. If passed, the FAA would pilot this effort, working with law enforcement to evaluate drones for surveillance and non-lethal intervention in tense situations. Why does it matter? This could revolutionize how we approach threat response, lowering risk to officers and civilians alike through smarter drone deployment. Safety, speed, and situational awareness, drones could be a new frontline tool in crisis mitigation. The Department of Commerce has opened a Section 232 investigation into drones and components imported from countries like China, focusing on companies such as DJI and Autel. Why does this matter? Because this could disrupt the global drone supply chain and force a major shift to secure domestic alternatives. This is the start of a high-stakes realignment in how drones are sourced, built, and certified in the U.S. The Pentagon is eliminating red tape and decentralizing authority to fast-track drone acquisition. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth's July 10th memo outlines a bold new policy that empowers colonels to buy and field small drones directly. The plan includes aggressive deadlines, 30 to 90 days, for new financing, drone training ranges, and low-cost throwaway drone deployments, especially in the Indo-Pacific. The Army alone is looking to buy up to 10,000 drones under $2,000 by late 2026. This move follows Trump's Executive Order 14307 and marks a sweeping shift toward more agile defense procurement. Why does this matter? This is a full system unlock for the U.S. drone industry. From small startups to major players, the field is now wide open. Military units will soon have the freedom to rapidly test, adopt, and deploy drones without top-down bottlenecks. The Ukraine war proved the value of mass-produced UAVs. Now the U.S. is catching up. Expect thousands of American-made drones to hit the field fast. This is the clearest sign yet that low-cost, high-volume drone warfare is the new frontier, and the U.S. is ready to compete. President Trump's new 50% tariff on Brazilian imports is hitting drone supply chains hard. Brazil is a key exporter of electronic components and rare earth materials essential to drone manufacturing. Why does this matter? Expect price hikes, delayed production, and added pressure on small U.S. drone companies. The scramble for alternative sourcing is on. It's time to audit your bill of materials. Resilient supply chains are becoming mission critical. The U.S. and Ukraine are negotiating U.S. investment in Ukrainian drone production, with Washington planning to purchase battlefield-tested drones. A reciprocal arms trade deal is on the table. Why does this matter? Ukraine's drones can strike 800 miles deep and are battle-proven. This could rapidly accelerate U.S. capabilities and bolster Kiev's drone industry. A strategic win-win. American gains combat-tested technology. Ukraine boasts its industrial base and defense ties. Mark your calendars. The second annual Tennessee Drone and AAM Symposium lands in Nashville, November 12th through 13th, hosted by Vanderbilt University and the Tennessee Department of Transportation. This year's event expands beyond traditional drones into advanced air mobility, putting regional innovation and policy in the spotlight. Why does it matter? Whether you're UAS or UAM, this event connects policymakers, developers, and operators in one high-value forum. Get ready to network, demo, and shape what's next in the Southeast Drone Corridor. That's a wrap on this episode of UAV Pulse. Thanks for watching and staying tuned to what's next in unmanned aviation. If you learned something new or saw something that sparked your curiosity, go ahead and like, subscribe, and share with your crew. New drops every week featuring gear breakdowns, policy shifts, and conversations with the people pushing this industry forward. Until next time, keep your props spinning and your pulse locked in.